So we've done a high-level view of how spread betting works, how the prices work. All they do is just mimic what's going on in the underlying market. Let's have a look now at the nuts and bolts of spread betting. With spread betting, you trade in terms of pounds per point. So you don't buy so many contracts or so many shares. You just trade in terms of pounds per point. So the important thing to understand is what is a 1 point move in the market in question. So for example, with something such as the FTSE 100, a 1 point move is very straightforward. If the FTSE goes from 51.50 to 51.60, then that is a 10-point move. So if you bought at 51.50, let's say you bought £2 a point at 51.50 because you thought the market was going to go up in the short term, and when it got to 51.60, you decided to sell £2 a point to close out your trade. The market's moved 10 points in your favor. You bought £2 per point, so you've made 10 times £2 a point profit, so £20 profit in that example. So on indices, I think it's very easy because everyone talks about stock market indices such as the Dow or the FTSE gaining or losing so many points. With shares, for example, it's a little bit different, but again, I don't think it's rocket science. If you have a look at BP, at the moment, BP are trading around about the £3.85 level. So on UK shares, a 1 penny move in the share price is a 1 point move from a spread betting point of view. So if BP went from £3.85 a share to £4 a share, it's moved 15 pence, the share price has. So from a spread betting point of view, that translates into a 15-point move. But I think though, as ever with this stuff, maybe the easiest way of explaining it is to actually do it. So let's do it on the FTSE. Let's do a trade on the FTSE. So this is a watch list that I have set up on my account here, and I'd like to trade the FTSE. I'll just click on the FTSE in my watch list, and here's a dealing ticket. Like all markets, just to talk through what we're actually seeing here on the dealing ticket, with all markets, with spread betting, there is a spread. There's always a two-way price. So all markets have a buy price and a sell price. So if I'm buying, I'm clicking over here on the buy price. If I'm selling, I'm going to sell over here. So in my opinion, I think the FTSE is going to go up, for example. We'll do that for the sake of simplicity. And I'd like to trade £2 per point on the FTSE. For now, we're going to ignore all this other information here. We'll come back to this a little bit later on. So if I think the FTSE is going to go up, I'd like to buy. I'm buying at 51.44. I'm buying £2 a point. And of course, as I'm thinking about placing my trade, if the market's moving, then the price here will be moving to reflect what's going on with the underlying market. But I click on buy. There we go. The confirmations come back. So I've bought £2 per point of the FTSE at 51.44. So I've positioned myself to profit if the market moves in my favor, if it moves above 51.44. For every point it moves above 51.44, that's worth £2 profit to me. It really is as straightforward as that to understand how pounds per point works from a spread betting point of view. The difficult bit, as ever, of course, is getting the direction of the market right. But in terms of understanding how it works, hopefully you can see it's straightforward enough. I'll just click on the open positions window up here. I think the market's moved slightly against me since I put the trade on. Let me just resize that window. So there's my trade on the FTSE. I bought at 51.44, buying £2 per point. The market's currently about 6 points lower, so I'm down. Of course, this is changing as the market's moving around, so I'm showing a slight loss on the trade if I wanted to close the trade now. But the mechanics of trading in pounds per point are as straightforward as that. Of course, on this trade, we've done nothing in terms of placing a stop loss, and that's something, again, we would always recommend that you do, but we will have a look at stop losses a bit later on in this seminar.